Welcome to the Dre Archives, where I game, watch, break down Marvel, DC, and Star Wars content. This year, I wanted to look back at 2025 for all three of these franchises, which felt like a turning point for them. So, in this video, I want to talk about my favorite projects from Marvel, DC, and Star Wars in 2025 and break down what I'm most excited for in 2026. Now let's start with Marvel. For me, Fantastic Four First Steps was Marvel's best project of 2025. I liked it more than Thunderbolts, actually. Visually, the movie looked great. I really enjoyed the story. The team dynamic actually felt like a family, and every character got time to shine. Some more than others, especially Invisible Woman. I was especially impressed with what they did with Human Torch. They made Johnny actually smart. He is an astronaut, not the usual idiot hotshot that we've seen before. And he actually uses his brain and contributes to the team in meaningful ways. I do wish Thing got more development. I would have liked to see more focus on Mr. Fantastic's powers, but overall, I really enjoyed this film. Now let's talk about Galactus. He looked great visually. He wasn't just a cloud of space dust. If you know, you know. Silver Surfer was also awesome. I wasn't sure how they were going to handle this version of Silver Surfer without using the main version, Norrin Rad, but this female Silver Surfer worked, and she was genuinely terrifying. And so for me, Fantastic Four First Steps was Marvel's best project 2025, leading to 2026 with Avengers Doomsday. Now with DC, and this might surprise some people, but my favorite DC project of 2025 wasn't Superman by James Gunn or Peacemaker Season 2 or even Creature Commandos. For me, DC's best work in 2025 was happening in the comics, specifically with the Absolute Universe. It's a fresh new take on DC's biggest characters, Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman. Different origins, different tones. And now to be clear, Absolute Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman all launched in 2024, but these series have been running through 2025. And the success shows throughout 2025, Absolute Universe titles consistently was at or near the top of monthly comic sales charts, with Absolute Batman in particular going through multiple printings and becoming one of DC's strongest selling modern launches. I think issue number one had 18 variant printings. I've personally been buying the graphic novels to binge read these stories, and you can tell this line connected with both longtime readers and new fans. And I think it's great for comics to have that. As for my recommendation, I think Absolute Wonder Woman is easily my favorite of the line. Even with books like Absolute Flash, Martian Manhunter, and Green Lantern, I think Wonder Woman stands out the most. It's the most unique. The writers clearly know their Greek mythology and lore. The artwork is incredible, and if you've seen that sword she carries, looks awesome. This is exactly the kind of bold, fresh storytelling I want DC to keep doing, stories that bring current fans and pull in entirely new readers. I can't wait for these projects to be animated in the future. For Star Wars, we're going to move on to Star Wars. And I'll be honest, I have a love-hate relationship with Star Wars. I haven't been happy with how Kathleen Kennedy, Bob Iger have handled this franchise. But that being said, my favorite Star Wars project of 2025 was Andor Season 2. Andor continues to deliver top-notch quality. The acting is great, and this final season does an incredible job highlighting the escalation of a fascist empire, how authoritarian governments strip away rights, and how certain events inevitably lead to rebellion. I will say the first part of this season is a bit slow, but the buildup is there, and once it hits, the rest of the season is just great television. Watching Cassian's Andor story unfold has been incredible. If you've seen Rogue One, you already know how his story ends, but Tony Gilroy did an amazing job of fleshing out this character and making a show that feels meaningful to the larger rebellion. And so this is going to lead us to 2026 and what I'm personally more excited for or most excited for in 2026. In 2026, it's going to be tough for Marvel because it really comes down to Avengers Doomsday and X-Men 97 Season 2. I just love the X-Men. They're my favorite superhero group. Iceman's my favorite superhero. But if I had to pick just one, it's X-Men 97 Season 2. Season 1 was basically perfect. It was an incredible adaptation of the comics, and if Season 2 builds on that momentum, we're in for something special. For DC, I'm most excited for Lanterns. I love the casting choices for Jon Stewart. I love that he's the main focus, the main Green Lantern. I like that we got an older Hal Jordan. It's definitely interesting the direction they're going. I'm curious to see how the CGI turns out, but this is being produced by HBO, so I think the quality is going to be there. I do wonder how audiences are going to really connect with Jon Stewart, but personally, I think we're in for a treat with Lanterns. And then finally with Star Wars. It's kind of tough because you have Mandalorian and Grogu, and another one that stands out is Maul Shadow Lord. The trailer recently dropped, but I actually got to see early footage last year at Star Wars Celebration Japan. It looked incredible on the big screen. This show feels like it's incorporating the core ideas of George Lucas originally had for the character, and I cannot wait to see how it all plays out. So, those are my top projects heading into 2026. If you liked the video, subscribe, hit that like button. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.